Hey, I hope you're doing well, everyone. This is Mohammed, your personal PMP coach from Certified with Ease, coming back to you guys with another problem-solving video. Okay, before we begin, again, we have this PMP in 30 training. 30 minutes a day, 30 days, how to actually approach this exam. Understand the structure of the exam, understand what you need. And you also have an opportunity to book an appointment to check out our course, which we're going to use during this session. And we're going to go through everything, but you have, fundamental exam topics, you have the mindset, complete mindset guide, you have common exam scenarios, which is really, really important. You have foundational questions as well, 180 of them that cover every single topic on the exam. Cheat sheet terms with simple explanation, drag and drop, non-timed exam and timed exam simulators, live session recordings. Everything is here in order for you to pass. Nothing extra. Whatever you need to pass is going to be included. Okay? So, that being said, I'm talking with a little bit of a lisp. I had a dental procedure done, and it's killing me right now, but you know what they say. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. 10 questions a day keeps the failure away. All right? I just made that up on the spot. Okay, but if you work on 10 questions and you understand them completely, I promise you, you'll be able to pass this exam. Okay, so we're going to use our 3 steps: frame the problem, eliminate the answers that contradict our principles, and choose the best answer. We're going to start with the answer because we're training our PMP mindset. Okay? All right, if you're not familiar with the mindset are a bunch of rules, in our case, 23 rules that I have developed that help you answer questions immediately, help you pick out the right answer, eliminate the wrong ones immediately. Just to prove it to you, we're going to read the answer first to apply the principles, okay? 3, 2, 1. A, use project reserves to buy new equipment to avoid an impact to the critical path of the project. Ooh, okay. Now, I'm not a fan of spending extra money. We have a principle over here: never settle for delays or extra costs. However, if you need to spend extra money to mitigate a delay, especially one that's affecting the critical path, you might want to do it. But let's see what else there is, okay? We're looking for principle number 1. Schedule a meeting with the project sponsor to request a budget to buy or rent a new computer. Okay, you're discussing. The sponsor is going to be involved in this because it involves finances. But let's see what else there is, right? I don't want to spend extra money. Explore option with the IT department to expedite the necessary repairs based on the criticality of the project, or based on the critical path. All right, I like that. I like that more. Taking a step back. You're involving the right department, which I'm assuming is the IT department, and you're looking for solutions. Instead of spending money right away, you're looking for solutions. Ask the team member to find an innovative solution or workaround to overcome the issue and avoid project delays. Okay. C and D are both good answers. So we eliminated A and B, a soft elimination because of extra costs. Let's see what the question says. The team member who is working on a critical project deliverable report that the computer is not working. The IT department says that due to high workload, they will not be able to provide assistance for 1 week. How should the project manager address the situation? So should we involve the IT department, or should we involve this specific team member? Let's say this team member is in finance. Who should we involve? Team member or IT? The IT department. Why? Because the problem has to do with this computer. Maybe they can't fix it. However, maybe they can direct us to another laptop or something else. My answer is going to be C. Let's see what the solutions have to say. Right? Most people say C. So be careful here. I'm going to give you a quick hack for your exam. When the question involves a certain individual, the problem in the question involves a certain group or a certain person, in this case, the IT department, you want to involve them in the answer as well. You want to see them in the answer. All right, just like C. Awesome. All right, we're going to start with the answers. Change the duration of iteration to deliver more value. Okay. If we change the duration of the iterations, it might be too burdensome for our team, right? It might be too burdensome. We might have to increase the sprint velocity. It might be too heavy for them, but whatever. Let's see what else there is. Validated the iteration goals with the customer. Okay, I like that. So again, we don't know the situation, but no principles are being contradicted yet. Invited the customer to the daily meeting. Okay. Do we invite the customers to the daily meeting? In practice, customers don't have time for that. The daily meetings are for the team, your Scrum team, Scrum Master, all right? The project manager even, but not your clients, okay? So C is gone. Help the team redefine the minimal viable product. Okay, A, B, D are all good. We have to read the question now. A PM is leading a team of diverse individuals of all ages. Okay, great. Not that important. The working hours for the project were set at the beginning of the project, and all team members agreed to the hours. Later in the project, one of the team members informed the PM that the previously agreed upon hours no longer work due to the team member's personal commitments. What should the project manager do? Wow. That's a strange question for the answers that we have. I'm wondering if the answers are for the right question. But let's just see. Let's just assume it is. Right? Terrible question because it's worded differently. The answer doesn't really reflect what's in the question. But let's just give it the benefit of the doubt. So the timing doesn't work for this team member. What should we do? Change the duration of the iteration to deliver more value? No. Validate the iteration goals with the customer? No. Invited the customer to the daily meetings? No. It's not a customer issue. Help the team redefine the MVP? No. None of them are the answers, right? None of them are the answers. So I think what happened here is, and I'm using a forum, right? I'm using what people are doing. I think what happened here is the question does not match the answers, right? Never be a sheep, guys. Never be a sheep. Meaning that if the majority of the people choose something, don't just choose it because they've chosen it. This is a life lesson that I actually learned, but it works for the PMP as well. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Leave it, right? So let's see what people say. People are saying A. Okay. I don't want to see the discussion. Let's see what the discussions say. All right. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right, check this out, guys. Okay, so these are the real answers over here. Awesome. Okay. Reassess the team's collaboratively so that the team is not... Yes, exactly. Right? That's going to be the answer. Okay, so I don't know where they got this answer from, but our answer set is wrong, right? Don't be a sheep. So we have A, reassess the team's hours so that the team is not impeded by the issue. B, discuss the lack of dedication with team members and their functional manager. Okay, so that's two principles being contradicted. Number one, escalate. We don't escalate. We're not escalating it to the functional manager. Number two, this is not servant leader. Number three, not servant leader like. It creates friction in the team. If I was to go to my team, if I were to go to my team and say, you have a lack of dedication, it might be true, but is that beneficial at the end? It's not, right? Allow the most senior team members to decide the time that works for the team. Now, that's not going to make much sense. Remove the team member from the project to be fair to the others. Again, principle number 3 is being contradicted over here. This creates friction in the team. Okay? Never remove or fire people. Awesome. Yeah, that's a little bit of a miss up here. Anyways, at least we got the right answer. Okay, 26. So A, organize a team meeting and inform the team members that as the person accountable for delivery, they decided to change the task allocation. Okay. Us as a PM, we shouldn't just change the task allocation like that. The team members should be empowered to decide on that. All right? Let's leave it for now. Ask the more experienced team member privately take the task and inform the other team members that work has been reassigned. So what does that do at the end of the day? What principle does this contradict? We're creating friction in the team, right? If we go behind one team member's back, we're creating friction. Principle number 3. Out. Ask the less experienced team member to privately stop working on the task and inform the team member that the work has been reassigned. Again, what does that do? It creates friction. Imagine, even though you're new to the company, your boss calls you in, hey, I know I gave you this task, stop working on it. It happens, but it creates friction. We don't want that. Organize a team meeting to inform team members about a change in direction and work with them to change the task allocation. Okay. All right. So we're left with A and we're left with D. A sounds like, you know what? I'm the manager. You got to follow my lead no matter what. D sounds like we're informing the team of the direction of the change. And we're working them, but we're empowering them to take action, right? So A sounds like more of a manager. D sounds more like a servant leader. Servant leadership, principle number 3. This is a people-related question. So I'm going to see D is the answer. Awesome. All right. 27, a PM. Oh, sorry. I have to read the answers first to get in the PMP mindset. So A, create a project steering committee aligned with existing organizational structures. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Develop a detailed project management plan to share with project resources. Okay. Develop a detailed risk log and share it with all of the project stakeholders. All right. Right. If it's a risk-related question and there's risks incoming, then we can detail it. If not, then anyways, let's just leave it for now. Appoint a self-organized project team that is not influenced by organization factors. So I like the self-organization part, but every single person is going to be influenced by organizational factors. It's something that you can't escape. You have to abide by them. So A sounds like the right answer, but I'll have to read the question for this. A project manager has just been hired to lead a project team in a hybrid environment. The team is working on a group of critical projects. What should the PM do to ensure the right environment and authority are in place to effectively deliver the projects? Okay, so a steering committee, right? Steering committee literally steers the project to the right course if it's deviating, all right? That's what we want. I like this part, but not the second part. So let's see what the answer is. There we go. We got it. Okay. So you see, guys, a lot of the questions are kind of common sense if you really think about it. Right? Yeah, the principles are pretty much common sense too. Be a servant leader, take a step back. But a lot of these questions are common sense. Okay? But you know what they say, common sense is not that common after all. So we got to practice and train our mind throughout these questions. Okay, so let us read some of these answers. So brought both teams together in a joint meeting to resolve the issue. Okay, so we're looking back in the past, right? Remember, every time they say what should the project manager have done, all you're looking for is which one of these answers really just completely eliminates the problem from even happening. So let's actually look at this. Look at the problem first. The BMS, great. The project manager noted that both project and operations teams are not able to operate the BMS. That's the answer. They're not able to operate the BMS. So what should we have done? Well, as a PM, we should have ensured that maybe they had the right training in place to operate the BMS. But let's see what the answers are. If we brought both teams together in a joint meeting to resolve the issue, okay, I mean, but how are you going to resolve the issue? Made some adjustments to the BMS to be more suitable for the teams. Instead of making the BMS more suitable, Why don't we make the teams learn, right? Because even if you make it suitable, they're not capable of operating it. Allocate a dedicated handover team at early stage of project? No, right? Allocate a proper resource for training. There we go. There we go. That's the solution. It's pretty simple. You frame the problem. And this is what we train, this is what we teach in our course, by the way. What's the problem statement? The problem statement is they don't know how to operate the system. All right, then what's the solution? The solution is to learn how to operate the system. It's literally A plus B equals C. What's after A? It's B. What's after B? C. Right? I make it seem very easy, but you might get some questions. I'll throw you off. All right, don't worry. That's what our training is here for, guys. You know, check out this training. I promise you'll benefit from it. I spent so much time making it. It's 30 minutes, but man, did I spend a lot of time making this. And, you know, book that appointment. We love talking to you. Your appointment will be with Shubs. Shubs is our program success coach. He went through the entire PMP Accelerator course over here. He didn't even tell me. He went through the entire thing, got certified in 12 hours. 12 hours. And I'm not suggesting you get certified in 12 hours, but he wanted to maximize on the pressure to know exactly what you guys are going through. So book that appointment with him. See what else you can learn or improve on so you're prepared for the exam. Okay. So we have another question which says, what should the project manager have done? So let's read the question. A team is working on a closed deployment, waits to receive critical information from the customer. The customer keeps postponing sending the information, which is delaying the deployment. Okay? Customer keeps delaying things, which is delaying everything. Customer keeps postponing, and as a result, our whole schedule is now delayed. So, without even looking at the answers, let's talk about this. What should we do? What's a reasonable solution if someone keeps doing that? Fight them? Maybe we could fight them right now. We probably make sure that, you know, we have a system in place to collect all the information beforehand, right? Something like that. Something very simple, right? By the way, guys, one of our students got something similar to this, so this is a good question. It's short, sweet, but it's a good question. I remember them mentioning this. So obtained all critical information ahead of time. There we go. Involve the customer in the deployment process. No need, right? No need. This is not going to solve the core problem. We're going back in the past. We're only interested in receiving this information. Why involve them? Just give me the information. Use the sample data already in place. Okay, so this is a really good principle over here. Does the question mention anything about sample data? So the answer mentions something not mentioned in the question. This is principle number. Over here, number 19. I'm sorry, not number 19. This is principle number, here we go, number 20. Okay? They're adding extra information not even mentioned. Involve the upper manager, so we don't do that. That is escalating. So A is going to be the best answer. There we go. So some people chose B, but A really solves the core problem. All right, so here we will start reading the answers first. A, gather the team to create a comprehensive product roadmap, but only commit to requirements for the next quarter. Okay, first part, amazing, amazing. Second part, what are we doing? What's being implied here? We're not doing things now, we are delaying it for the next quarter. Principle number 2, never settle for delay. It's very general, but as you train your mindset, you'll start recognizing these patterns. Create a visual task board with all of the relevant stakeholders to support backlog prioritization. Okay. All right. Nothing wrong with that. Work with the team on the definition of a minimal viable product and present to stakeholders. Oh, I like that. The team, your closest allies are your team members. Okay. And they mention one of our keywords, MVP. This is what we noticed. We noticed that anytime an answer mentions root cause or MVP, that is most probably the answer. Obviously, read the question and the answers, but that's most probably the answer. So I like that. Use spikes to dig deeper into technical challenges for a new product, thus reducing risk. No. So we should work with the team. Okay? We should work with the team. Let's see what it is. Exactly. So, yeah, we didn't read the question. We got to the answer. Amazing. Amazing. Now, for your exam, please do read the question, obviously. Frame the problem, understand it, and move on from that. Okay? So, here, let's move on. Let's do 2 more questions to help you guys out as much as possible, right? If you guys are enjoying this channel, you know, we've grown it through your help. Please subscribe, give it a like, thumbs up, and share it with anyone preparing for the exam. So A, assess the time overrun and start implementation to avoid additional delays. Okay, all right. B, motivate the team to avoid frustration of working on a prolonged project. All right. I would like more of a how. How would you motivate them? But okay. No principles are being contradicted. C, request a provisional budget increase to avoid any budget overruns. So again, like I mentioned, we don't like spending extra. We don't like requesting for extra money. Principle number 2. So let's give it a soft elimination. Review the benefits of the proposed changes in relation to, ooh, I like this one too. Take a step back. You're looking at the business case. We're left with A, B, and D. We have to read the question now. So a PM is managing an internal project that was poorly defined. Okay. Recently, a PM received several change requests raised by the organ upper management. What should the project manager do first? Okay. If we review the benefits of the proposed changes in relation to the business case, then we can truly understand these changes. We're not going to assess the time overrun. That doesn't make any sense. Why do that at this point? And we're not going to motivate the team. It's not a motivation question. D is going to be the best answer. All right? Now, if you're finding these questions easy, that's great. There's no problem with that. What we're trying to do is, again, get used to the mindset. Get used to the mindset. So if your question is, Mohammed, are the PMP exam questions this easy or at this level? No, they're going to be harder. They're going to be harder. Okay? You will have some that are easy, that's straightforward. It'll be harder. But what we're doing is we're trying to just take the patterns and understand the mindset. Okay? The mindset, guys, is the most important part of the exam. You cannot pass without the PMP mindset. All right, A, discuss and agree with the customer to implement the missing requirement. Okay, I like discuss. Take a step back. Refer to the requirement traceability matrix and analyze the requirement. Oh, I know where this is going. Let's leave this for now. Consult the scope management plan with the customer to understand the gap. Okay. Analyze the benefits management plan and implement the needed change. All right, so most of these answers, all of them are good. All of them are good candidates. And we have to go read the question now. A project's customer is furious when the customer arrived at the project site, discovered that one of the requirements was not met. What should the project manager do? Okay. So we can discuss and agree with the customer to implement the missing requirement. I like the word discuss. Is there a better answer? Refer to the requirements traceability matrix and analyze the requirement. I'm leaning towards B. Now, I'll give you a little bit of a hint, guys. When you have a question, in this case, is a requirement, something missing, and the answer mentions a specific tool that can be referred to, the appropriate tool. If they mention risk in the question and risk register in the answer, you know, there's this connection between the tool and the situation. That is most probably the answer. Why? Because the PMI wants you to use the tools. I'm going to go with B. Let's see what the answer is. There we go. Okay, there we go. Principle number 1 as well, but you are using a tool in place. All right. All right, guys, so that's it for today. And again, we have a small training. Do check it out. Book that appointment. You'll have an opportunity to check out our course. If it's for you, you can sign up. And if not, no worries whatsoever. Take care and have a fantastic rest of the day.